Today's winner, the Mark of the Year for 1986, will receive a fabulous Nissan Pulsar hatchback. The Nissan Pulsar has great performance, great handling and great looks. Drive one today at your Nissan dealer.
And here they are, first up, Warwick Kappa of Sydney.
Oh, what a ripper! Taken away that time.
David Murphy.
Turner. Oh, there's a great little mark play, a big mark play, a little innocent play. Up better.
Tony Morwood, also of Sydney.
Morwood. Oh, you played that mark. That was a ripper. They were concentrating. There's a chance for Williams.
Collingwood's Mark Williams.
That's a beautiful mark, but he had to sit on Cooper.
Tries to get around Kerrison.
Fitzroy's Gary Keane.
Square Osborne at the back. Mark almost taken by Keane. It certainly worked.
Collingwood's Brian Taylor.
Taylor and Pert over the top. Taylor.
Well, that was a great mark.
40 metres.
His teammate Ronnie McEwen.
Oh, McEwen. Great mark.
To Budge to send the Saints forward. Where's Lockett? He's playing
St Kilda's Tony Lockett.
Great grab.
Now straight down the ground.
Geelong's Gary Ablett.
Ablett is there. Good support to Mossop. Hooks it back
St Kilda's Greg Burns.
And Burns takes a lovely mark.
Jeremy Nichols, who
For the Demons now, Stephen Stretch.
Good mark. Very good mark on the 15 metres.
Well, there he goes.
Hawthorn's Dermot Brereton.
And Brereton, gee, that was a strong mark. Loveridge, he's playing a
The second mark from Stephen Stretch.
Oh, what a mark! Stephen Stretch hung in the air and took a ripper.
And our final contender today from Melbourne, Sean White.
Taken by Sean White.
To our panel headed by Robert Davis.
Thank you, Sandy. Jack, you can have first selection of all those, Jack, yes?
Me again,
because you're a marvel at it.
Thank you very much, Bob.
People write in just saying, could we have Jack's mark instead of the mark of the day?
Correct, right. I like the little one, the Murphy. That was a good one. They showed it first today.
Oh, yes.
They showed it first today, which you get a good look at it. That's the
right.
page instead of ripping through them. But I thought that Williams was a great mark, and also White, too. I like that going across the pack, but it's a dangerous occupation, son.
Which one? That's Sean White, the Irishman. Is he the Irishman?
Yeah, he's the Irishman. It's a dangerous occupation.
What about you, Crackers?
I like Murphy's mark. I really didn't. I like Williams. It showed a lot of guts. Ablett, very good mark usually, but White across the pack was quite good too. But Murphy was very good for a little bloke. I didn't know they could get up that high.
Well, Morwood. Did you think Morwood's mark?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Morwood was good, but Murphy was more spectacular.
More spectacular. And what about Ronnie McEwen's mark?
Oh, nice mark. Yes, Ronnie.
Good player, Ronnie McEwen.
Good player, Ronnie McEwen.
That's right. Well, now I think from all the discussion we've had, Jack, that Murphy's mark today
very good one.
Is won the mark of the day. And let us see Murphy. It's number 35. Is he there? You can see him stand. There, sits right on the shoulders, doesn't ever take his eye from the ball, gets his fingers around it, takes it to the ground. He wins the Nissan mark of the day.
The World of Sport Mark of the Day was brought to you by Nissan.
But Taylor, he might ignore this. He'll have a long shot at goal. Let's see the result. It'll be a goal. Good play on the part of McEwen then. I thought he'd ignore.
His teammate Dennis Banks.
Banks going after Banks's route. Oh, beautiful play by Banks and a goal. Oh, magnificent play by Banks that time.
Fitzroy's Doug Barwick again.
Spins away from Shaw. A long kick up towards Graham Osborne and Gaffer. It'll go through for a goal. Not a bad sort of a kick from
picked up by
his teammate Mickey Conlon.
High one down towards left half forward flank, and Mickey Conlon takes it. He's got plenty of room. Away he goes. 40 metres out. Has a shot at goal. It's going pretty close and has gone through for a goal.
Dives forward, taps the ball
Now
out.
down to VFL Park. St Kilda's Robert Elphinstone coming down from the half-back flank.
That's a glorious goal, Robert Elphinstone in second. Starting to form with the loose ball comes out.
Geelong's Andrew Buse.
Buse, after copping it from Drum, going Guywood. Touched, I think. No, it wasn't touched, so a great goal.
From full forward, he can't
Melbourne's
make the mark.
Greg Healy.
The chance, though, for Melbourne is looked like Healy put it forward in toward the square. It travels. That's a goal. That's a beautiful goal. Wallace after dip his hand.
For the Hawks, Richard Loveridge.
Forward zone. Deer can't mark it. Yates tries to barge his way through. Pinched by Loveridge from Turner. Loveridge left foot kick goes forward. It's a goal. That was a good goal. Square.
His teammate Gary Buckenara.
Defenders flew there. Each opposed to the other. Platten was dragged down. Did he get the boot to it? Away. There's a chance now.
Melbourne's Jeremy Nichols.
The ball for Melbourne will have trouble picking it up because Loveridge has closed the gap on him. Ayres is there. He can't pick it up cleanly. Jeky went down. I thought might have been tripped. It's been picked up though. A good piece of work on this occasion, and it could be a goal. It was a goal, I think, Peter. Healy clears
And the
out.
final contender, Hawthorn's Robert Di Domenico.
Bacanara to Di Domenico into the open goal. He barges through. He's put it through, Dippy.
To our panel, headed by Peter McKenna.
Well, Louis, you seem to be commentating a lot of those, particularly those Sydney ones. There's a couple of rippers up there.
Yes, that's right. Pete, we've been up in Sydney, and of course the...
You're quick, there's no doubt about it.
Well, I'm on the ball, as you know. Morwood's goal was a great one in Sydney, and of course Murphy, a great little player, was best player on the ground. He kicked a beautiful goal, like Barwick's 2 goals at Collingwood. And Dennis Banks, Conlon kicked a very good goal.
Great skills as regards Banks.
Well, I just thought that's the best array of goals we've seen for a long time on the goal of the day. Well, I just think it, because I haven't seen it for quite some time. But it certainly was the best array of goals I've seen since I've been watching them for a long time. And I'd reckon that Banks's goal was a classical one, and a very difficult shot. He had to get around his opponent, kick the goal with the left footer and right through the middle. No doubt. Banks for mine.
Well, Kevin, you and I thought they were the worst array of goals we've seen for a long time.
Well, I've seen a lot better goals than that one, than those one we've
Which
seen.
ones did you like?
I'm pleased you're agreeing with me.
Well, I liked Doug Barwick's goal up there in the Sydney Cricket Ground, that left footer when he burst out of the pack. He's got a lot of strength, and at the same time he knew exactly what he was doing. I like Buse's goal. I like all those goals where they burst out of the centre and they really accelerate and kick long. I thought that was an outstanding goal. But I'm going to agree with Louis on one thing. I thought that Dennis Banks's performance on the boundary line, getting around a good player in Roos and kicking it from an impossible angle.
What about you, Hot Lips? Who do you go for?
I would go for Dennis Banks too, because he's got a Collingwood Guernsey on.
Well, that's not the reason you go for him.
I go for Dennis Banks because of the skill involved in that goal. He was on the boundary line. Have a look at this one as he runs to the boundary line. Now have a look. Paul Roos comes into a beautiful turn. Magnificent turn. Had a quick look to see if he could give a hand pass. Straightens up and he slammed it through. And Dennis Banks wins $200 Holden goal of the day.
That's a big kick. Oh, and Ray almost took it. Has he taken it? He has.
Where comes grandstand side. Taylor, spectacular leap and a great mark.
High kick, big leap there by Winmar. He's pulled down the mark.
Davidson takes the mark, is run down by Rakic, but not before he gets his kick.
Brilliant.
Michael Mitchell, a superb diving mark.
Allows Sam Rayland clear, and what a spectacular leap by Nicky Winmar.
And a long kick across the face. Whoa, Sells!
What a mark.
What a spectacular mark by Stephen Sells.
Wing Rogers stands his ground. Big leap there by O'Connell. David O'Connell is pulled down a... Lindsay, oh, big grab, Lindsay. Great mark that.
He's looking for Tony Hall behind the pack. Hall comes in late. Short mark, Hall. Oh, that was a ripper. Out wide, oh, great mark. That is a fantastic mark by Andrew Pays.
Been a good player, Hart. Always performs consistently. Oh, what a grab.
It's a nice looking kick. Up goes Taylor. Oh, big mark.
Cover at the back of the pack. Flies. Oh, my golly.
It was knocked back on. There's a great mark. Is that David Grant again?
One of the best kicks in the Essendon side. Into the 10 minutes now. What a mark to Izzard.
There's a lot to do with it, Lou, but whatever there is, magnificent mark to McKeon.
The high ball. Brownless. Oh, what a mark.
Keel from centre field puts the Saints into attack. Barker, what a grab!
You're on the right foot, a high ball. Up the... Oh, have a look at that for a mark. Here we see a short pass. Oh, Hunter, what a mark that was.
For all of history, civilization has seen growth and decline, and man has made a habit of learning his lessons the hard way, by bitter experiences. At present, we stand in the autumn of our civilization. Though we rejoice, the empires are dying. The summer of our dreams has passed. For over 2,000 years, prophets have predicted the time of the end. Until today, It seemed a silly threat, a tall tale of doom to frighten the non-believers. Yet finally the signs are there. For the first time in history, man himself has the power to destroy the planet. The biblical war of Armageddon is no longer in the realms of fantasy. The future is not for the people of the future to decide. It's up to us now. Otherwise, it will be too late. According to the strange scenario unfolding, it seems the end has almost arrived. Einstein believed that God doesn't play dice, meaning that everything in nature is meant to be. Are our present trends also predestined? We are presently partaking in the greatest gamble this world has ever known, a type of Russian roulette. All of nature watches in silence and anticipation. What is to be the outcome for the planet? The next move is man's.
Users of nasal drops invariably encounter the same problem.
Morning, boys.
The human nose points down, while drops have to go up. But now there's Sinex in a metered pump. Its microfine spray delivers an accurately measured dose that clears nasal congestion for up to 10 hours. So try long-acting Sinex in the metered pump spray and get back on your feet.
Who are you?
Roderick, Master James, your great-uncle's butler.
But he's been dead for over 30 years.
So have I, sir. But your selection of port...
What do you suggest?
Penfold's Club port, sir. A smooth, mellow port of great character.
Just like my uncle.
Penfold's Club port. By comparison...
I don't want to be just a lump of compartments. And in my music, I want to say, you know, come on, young women, kids, you are a whole person.
From
the largest hydroelectric plant in the world to the most revolutionary concept in electronics since the transistor. The exciting world of the future that lies beyond 2000 is yours. 8:30 every Thursday on 7. 7's Big League is proudly brought to you by General Motors Holden. Holden, Australia's driving future. And presented for your enjoyment by National Panasonic, the big entertainer. In association with SIO, your state insurance office. And Westpac, Australia's most competitive bank. Westpac, the bank.
Welcome to 7's Big League.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to our special Queen's Birthday edition of 7's Big League. Tonight, the remaining games from round 11 to complete the first part of the season. We'll be looking at Essendon and the Sydney Swans, the Princes Park clash between Carlton and North Melbourne, and some highlights of the game between Richmond and Footscray. Match of the day today was the Windy Hill clash between the Bombers and the Sydney Swans. The Sydney team so far in the season doing little wrong, and up until Saturday being joint competition leaders with Hawthorn. Windy Hill, though, hasn't been a happy hunting ground for the Red and Whites. They've won there only twice in the past 15 years. That was in 1980 and 1982, while Essendon today was going for its 19th successive home ground victory, last being beaten there by Footscray back in 1984. Lately, however, the reigning premiers have been in a mini slump. 4 losses in their last 6 games have proved that they're certainly not invincible, but their side today was their best for several weeks, while Swans fans were relieved when Tony Morwood did take the field after earlier threatening to strike following the sacking of his brother Paul from the club during the week. Glenn Coleman, however, was a late withdrawal. Our replay tonight begins with some highlights of a very fiery first half. With me in the commentary box is Lou Richards.
Minute and a half gone, first quarter. Long kick by Maud. He'll be looking for Kappa. Danaher. Oh, Kappa's got it. Great mark. Perfect judgment there.
15-metre penalty. He was upended after he was coming, or getting to his feet then, Pete.
So 2 minutes gone in the first quarter, or nearly, and Warwick Kappa has the chance for the first goal of the game. He's only 5 metres out, but have to fall over to miss it. Goal umpire says it's a goal. And so the Swans score first blood at Windy Hill. They lead 1-1. Essendon yet to score.
Kicked by Mark Roberts is short, a good one, and marked here by Ironmonger. Ironmonger's kick is fairly long down there towards Kappa and Danaher, but it beats them both. And it's out of bounds in the forward pocket position, about 10 metres around from the Swans' goal. They're 1 goal, 7 points to Essendon yet to score. A bit of a box on. This is going to be on for young and old here today. I'm tipping this, Pete.
Here they come.
Bit of friction between these two clubs, too.
It's who's on the bottom of that Neagle, is it?
Well, he knows a bit about this place, Neagle, and even though they said he went with the Bombers' blessing, I don't believe that when he left to go to the Swans. Rains. Number 6, being spoken to by umpire Cam. Oh, there's one got one of the mush then.
It was Tui. After Thompson, around Danaher. More dangerous across the goals. He's got Neil Clark out there, though, at the 50-metre defence line. Clark up towards centre field. He's looking for Merritt. Merritt outmarked by his teammate down there, and Danaher. And Merritt's not too good. He cannoned into him. Let's hope he's okay. Hawker goes for a short pass. Plenty of Essendon tall timber out there. And the mark is taken by Duckworth. It's on again. Oh! Now that's got to be a booking, surely.
No, he's not booking anybody. But
15-metre penalty. Very lenient, Peter Cameron. Very lenient.
I think the Swans player was acting a little bit, just the same, Pete.
Temper's a little bit frayed so far in the first quarter. Essendon's first goal coming up. If he's accurate in first score, he doesn't miss many of those. Simon Madden, 3.5 yards between each post. It's a goal. Essendon's first score. The Swans lead by a point.
Knocked out by Madden, going after his right. He got one a bit high, and he'll get a free kick. Got it on the head, as a matter of fact. Right, looking for a lead.
15 metres.
15-metre penalty. This brings him over the 15-metre mark. 50-metre mark, I should say. And he'd be about, 35 metres out from goal on about a 45-degree angle. Kicked by Wright.
But let's see the result. It might be a goal. It is. That's their second goal. They're off to a great start, Sydney Swans. 2 goals, 1-13 to Essendon, 1 goal, 6 points. Short pass, ball pushed out by Baker, coming into meet at his Neagle. He ran back into Baker. Oh, Baker copped one from Ironmonger, but fair. Out it comes wide now, a chance for Hawker. Hawker with a hand pass over to Clark. Back it goes again. A short pass or hand pass from Hurd, back to Wezard. The little fella's kicker smothered. He picks it up pretty well. It was good recovery. A hand pass back to Foles. A hurried snap, but it won't make the distance. The pack go. Oh, Duckworth. Is it? No, it's Spencer. Spencer's grabbed it. It was a great mark because it was twisting and twirling all over the place that time. A big chance that will hit the front now. Or make scores dead level. Yeah, scores dead level. Up there at the full forward with a short pass, and a hand pass comes back quickly to Baker. Out it goes wide down to Wezard. Wezard gives it over to Foles, a left foot snap at goal, and that might be good. It's a goal. So that was good play on the part of Essendon.
Ironmonger and Salmon knocked down to Healy. Healy's kick is a high one, barely travels the required distance for a mark. In fact, they all misjudged them, swirled in the breeze, knocked away by Donnell. Picked up by Healy again. There's a snapshot at goal. That might be good. I think it's through. It is. It's a goal. So the Swans in the front at the time on period of the first quarter, 3-5 to 3-1.
So it'll be a ball up about 45 metres out from the Essendon goal. Knocked out that time by Merritt. Another scrimmage developing, and well, no, we're making much headway here as we see Spencer get it out to Hurd, hooks the ball back towards Ezard. At the back is Madden. He got up high. The umpire said it'll be a mark. Well, I think he was being a little bit very lenient then to play that mark because he hardly held the ball. As the siren to go to end the quarter. Yeah, if he kicks this goal, Madden, it'll put him in front by 2 points. Taking plenty of time, number 27 coming in from about 30 metres out. The shot, now that is good, it's a goal. The Bombers have hit the front at quarter time. So at quarter time it's 3 goals, 4 goals, 1-9, 25 to the Sydney Swans, 3-5, 23. And a lot of tension here, a lot at stake. The Bombers have got to get themselves back into favour.
1 point the difference. Danaher, oh, did he get one too high? Well, there'll be a booking made shortly because this has been going on since the first siren. Now Anthony Danaher, brother of the Essendon skipper, with a sore nose, has a free kick some 50 metres out against the breeze, and he comes. Not a bad sort of a kick, I tell you what, that is a ripper goal. Great kick from Anthony Danaher.
He's out there on the centre wing position, ready to send them deep into attack. Well, he balks. Now he's clear. He's gone for the long kick this time. Looking there for Madden, and Merritt's there too. Punched.
Swans bring the ball out of defence, picked up now by Baker. Merritt, 30 metres out, directly in front, has marked. So Roger Merritt, the original tough guy at Windy Hill, with the breeze, so the distance won't be any problem. We'll wait on the accuracy. The goal umpire only moves a couple of millimetres, and indicating that it is a goal to Roger Merritt, and Essendon lead by a point.
May have heard him.
Chance for Thompson, tries to crash his way through, gets it back to Wezard. His kick is smothered. There's Merritt again. Another one. 2 goals to Roger Merritt in the space of 2 minutes. And a good one, I think, by the umpire. Merritt goes for the knock-on, but unfortunately for Essendon fans, hits it straight to Carroll. Carroll around towards left half forward. Morwood again, got one too high. Play on call, the advantage rule played. Stevie Wright has a shot at goal, but has put it through for only 1 point. So a point to the Swans when they badly needed a goal, and that makes the difference 1 goal, as Morwood is in a little bit of trouble. He's copped a few this afternoon.
Played pretty well, Pete.
He has, and they don't want to lose him. Oh, thanks very much, Brian. Right across the north and south. Away from Merritt. Short pass to centre wing, atrocious. Clark chips it in short. Mark taken by Thompson. Thompson at centre field. Carter again. This time fumbles. Lovely knock on by Madden. Opportunity for Richardson. Goal. Richardson first. decides to get things moving quickly. Over to Bolton. Bolton just about caught. And umpire Ian Robertson goes back. There's a fight on in the centre field. Well, this has been obvious, I think. Tempers have been frayed. There's a fight on at the other end of the ground.
Now this is Spencer and Carter having a bit of a box on.
Bit of eye gouging there. Carter let one go, like TV ringside. Salmon should have marked it. Hawker backs up well. High kick. He's put it out in front of goal. If Merritt can mark this, they're in business. High tackle or holding the ball. I would say a high tackle. Free kick will go to Tui. Swans answer to Ian Botham. He certainly looks like him. There's the siren for half-time, a fairly short term, as it turned out, only 28.5 minutes. And the scoreboard, Essendon with a handy lead, 7-3, 45 to 4-9, 33.
Seems like those dreams are coming true. We're all about to get our view. Looks like we're back in style. You can feel Australia smile, and we love to let it show. It's a beer the whole world knows. It's as gold as the medals that we've won. It's moving up, just having fun. It's rock and roll and stereo. Every night to make it flow. Foster's is the feeling. Foster's lager, it's got the flavor that's taken in all of the world.
Every so often, our ride through life changes. One day we're at school, the next we're on our own. One day we're single, the next we've got a family. It's time to stop and think if our health insurance has kept up with our lifestyle. Come to Medibank Private for a free safeguard check.
Health cover, please. Let's check your current needs.
A safeguard check makes sure you have the right cover for now. A Medibank Private safeguard check gives you peace of mind, because nobody knows more about health insurance than Medibank Private.
Looking back, we sometimes forget that our successful mineral strikes were measured not only by what was dug from the ground, but by what developed on the surface as well. The butchers, the bakers, the bankers, the wealth of jobs that came naturally as communities grew. Today, the creation of new jobs continues, from South Australia's Olympic Dam to the Northwest Shelf, as BP and its partners develop our vast natural resources. New jobs, today and tomorrow, for Australians. BP Australia, the quiet achiever.
We've seen a whole lot of champions in Australia on NEC, Australia's champion colour TV.
Here's another winner from the champs. The NEC Maxi Screen Monitor Style TV with a picture as big as a stereo sound. See the entire range of monitor style units with push button and remote. And hear the NEC stereo difference at your NEC retailer.
See him try, see him fall, see it best of all. NEC, our champion colour TV.
Thursday, it's hats off to Dave Allen.
What is the thing they call a breathalyzer? He says, it is a bag that can tell how much you drank. He said, I married one of those bloody things here.
You shall die. Laughing, that is. Dave Allen at Large, 9:30 Thursday on 7.
And so in very slippery conditions at Windy Hill, it was the Bombers leading by 12 points at half-time, 7-3-45 to 4-9-33 in a very torrid game of football. Let's go back to the match now. The rain still falling lightly, conditions very difficult for the players. The Swans in the third quarter kicking with the breeze as we see some highlights from that term.
Knocked away by Salmon, playing in the ruck. He only had a short stint at full forward. Hand pass comes out to Hawke. Trying to find Capper. That might bounce through for a goal. It has done. It's a goal, and a badly needed one for the Swans. Kicked by Paul Hawke. Oh, good block by Merritt. Put his opponent out of business there. Ball booted up where Browning takes his second mark for the third term.
It was a great mark over Richardson.
The first bell onwards. Scooped out to Murphy. Murphy on centre wing. Long kick by the Swans winger. Capper this time. Yes, he's got the mark. is only about 30 metres out. The angle about 45 degrees. Breeze behind him. That looks pretty good from here, and the goal umpire says it's through for Kappa's second, and the Swans hit the lead again. 6-12-48 to 7-3-45. Down by Merritt. Murphy, 50 metres out, tries to get around Duckworth, does so, fires at goal. That's not a bad sort of a shot. Oh, what a goal. And wins out, tries to get it to Donnell, does so. Donnell you'll have to be quick. Wasn't quick enough, beautifully stolen by Murphy. Murphy up towards left half forward. Wood is there. Kappa, the opportunity. Under his right foot, it won't be long enough into the goal square. Morwood, oh, should have taken it. Chance for Stevie Wright, can't get clear, now he can. Bolton says have a shot, and he does, and he's put it through. Elshaw's kick, not a great one. In front is Neagle. Hawker, well tackled. Mark Roberts has the siren for three-quarter time, a 32.5-minute term, and the Swans leading for the first time at the end of a change. 7-3-45 Essendon, and Sydney 8-16-64.
And so a great third quarter by the Swans. They turned a 12-point deficit at half-time to a lead of 19 points at the final change. They kicked 4-7 with the breeze in that quarter. Essendon scoreless, but importantly the Bombers coming home with that very strong breeze during the final quarter of today's match. The rain still coming down, 27,000 people at our match of the day this afternoon, and the final term turned out to be just as tough as the previous three.
From Windy Hill, the final quarter of our match of the day. The Swans leading by 19 points after they trailed by 12 at half-time, but it's Essendon kicking with the breeze. Ironmonger gets it out. Driven up towards Brian Wood. Hurd. Back to Walsh. Down goes Hawke. Wright fires out the hand pass over to Bolton. Bolton, a long one into the goal square. Kappa, 10 metres out, shouldn't miss from there. And that's a great start for the Swans in the final term. Warwick Kappa putting through his third goal, and the Swans ninth, 9-16-70 to 7-3-45.
Well, that's a great lead from them now, Peter. They've got a lead of 25 points, and that was good play on the part of Bolton. Could have easily had a shot himself, but he spotted Kappa there in the goal square. And, of course, Kappa kicked his third goal. He's been a pretty valuable player today because he's had three opponents.
New ball being sought.
And that's all you want, the crowd giving him something there, but he's not worrying about that, sure to goodness, because the Swans are doing very well indeed. They put up a fine performance here today, Pete.
Yes, they have. They trailed at the first two intervals, 2 points at quarter time and 12 at half time. They came right back at Essendon during the third quarter when we had another shower of rain. They were kicking with the breeze, of course. 24 points now in favour of the Swans. 25 points it is, the margin to the Sydney team. 1.5 minutes into the final quarter. Madden had a big swing and missed. Baker's caught. It won't be a free kick. It will be another bounce at centre field. I think one of Essendon's better players, Leon Baker.
They haven't had too many.
No, their best would certainly be Gary Folds.
Of course, they failed to score in the third quarter, which is a fine effort by the Sydney Swans defence.
Madden over the top, got that out, not very far. Now it's Neagle streaming forward, looks for the hand pass, onto Williams, just about caught. Down to Brian Wood, likewise just about caught, scooped out again. That was from Thompson. The bounce doesn't favour Duckworth, big ironmongers there. Now it's the opportunity for Paul Hawke. Hawke at centre field, gets it back towards right half forward flank, doesn't bounce okay for Wood. Healy, the Swans' best player, onto Tony Morwood, looks for a hand pass. Williams, shot at goal, looks good, through. So 2 goals in 2 minutes to the Swans at the start of the final quarter, and they're looking pretty good. 10-16, 76 to 7-3-45.
Well, that's a difference of 31 points, and the Bombers certainly not looking too good. Good play on the part of Healy, their best player, over to Morwood. Quick thinking. Williams could have easily given the Kappa, but felt very confident and put it through for their next goal. So they're 31 points in front and looking really good. Centre bounce again. The Bombers in plenty of trouble. 76 plays 45. And this will certainly be a feather in the cap of Tommy Hafey's if they win this match today. Ball knocked out by Madden, grabbed by Williams. They're playing with confidence. He's got one in the back. It should have been a free kick to Williams. Back it comes now to Fowles. He's upended. He taps the ball out. Grabbed by Ezra, but he couldn't get clear. Picked up by Morwood over to Williams again. Grabbed by Healy. Healy gets it back, but intercepted by Ezard. And the Bombers badly needing a goal. They're trailing by 31 points off the top of the pack. Going after it now is Clark. Kicked it off the ground, but he's put it out of bounds. And that'll be a penalty free kick down there to Browning on that half-back line on the 50-metre mark. It'll be Carter to take it. They've put up a real dogged performance today. They've been very determined right from the word go. It hasn't been the most stylish game in the world, but it's been a tough one. And the Swans have come out with flying colours. There's a good mark to Spencer. Of course, Raines has been off the ground, I think, since the first quarter, Pete.
Yes, he has. Haven't seen much of him at all.
And we haven't spotted Richards. I think he's had about 3 touches. He's kicked 1 goal. A short pass, a dangerous one, but Hawker's got it. And he'd be about 50 metres out from goal. Just on the 4-minute mark. And Essendon trailing by 31 points. And it didn't need a superhuman effort for them to win this game because the conditions don't favour coming home and kicking a lot of goals in the last quarter because it's very slippery out there. But at least they've got the breeze. There's the kick. And that's a pretty good one. That might be a goal. Well, that's the one they needed. But it makes the difference, 25 points. 8 goals, 351. Essendon to the Sydney Swans, 10-16, 76.
Good evening, Lena Kniever in the 7 newsroom. 4 people are dead and another 3 are in critical condition in hospital tonight after an horrific accident on the Hume Highway near Euroa. A semi-trailer heading north careered across the highway, colliding with 3 cars travelling towards Melbourne. Traffic is believed to be banked up for up to 40 kilometres, causing chaos for holiday weekend travellers. Another accident on the Calder Highway has put a further 3 men in hospital. They're also in a critical condition. We'll have all the details in Newsworld at 11:30.
Here comes Holden Verena.
Verena, get you anywhere you want to go. Verena, it's a car that will go, go, go. It looks like a dream. It's gonna set the scene. Take you for a ride. It's a feature-packed machine. Verena, that is price you want to know. Verena, it's a car that will go, go, go. Verena, baby Verena.
Holden Verena gives you more run for your money.
Please, give me a...
Of course. Macona for our guest, Reggie.
No.
You don't drink Macona?
Not as often as
But
I'd
you should
like.
always have what you like, darling. Life is too short, yeah.
Give me a
Look,
hand.
take this jar. I insist. Not a word of thanks, Reggie. Not a word.
Macona. Life's too short to go without it.
I'm home.
Sometimes life gets so crowded with never-ending bills and expenses, you don't have room to move. That's why there's Westpac's All-Together package. It's the financial package that brings together the services you need to better manage your family finances. If your family needs room to move, get it all together with Westpac, the bank.
You know how easily a kitchen becomes oily and greasy and how hard it is to clean it? Well, if you get scrub-free for kitchens, you'll find it dissolves grease and grime from any surface at all, without scratching. Honestly, if I hadn't seen it myself, I wouldn't have believed it.
Scrub-free, superior kitchen cleaner. You probably won't believe how well it works.
Thursday, science's answer to the stork. They're calling it the Flying Baby Service. 6 kilometres of dams in Brazil hold back the waters for the world's largest hydroelectric power plant. Meet the Wizard of Wine with data on 500 top vintages, and technology replaces the corkscrew. From Japan,
The biggest event in electronics since the invention of the transistor.
and from Sweden, deep-sea fish farming for greater health. Stretch your imagination with Beyond 2000, presented by AMP, 8:30 Thursday.
4.5 minutes gone. 8-3 to 10-16. A difference of still 25 points in favour of the Swans. Baker fumbles and comes out again to Hawker. Essendon, I'm certain, will come back pretty strongly. Knock on by Holden. Could have been given a free kick. Yes, he will be. Down goes Roberts just at the same time. Holden's gone for a pass over to Carter. The tilt and left half back flank on the Healy. Probably their best player. Healy long up towards Hawke. Hawke doesn't let him down. He marks on centre wing. Over the top, Danaher, 55 metres out. Won't be a score. Where's Kappa? Playing behind Merritt, who cannons into Bolton. Bolton will be looking for a hand pass. It's a trip.
It'll be a push in the back to Anthony Danaher.
Yes. And another little bit of a wrestle. Well, we've seen plenty of these today. That's nothing unusual.
It's been going all day. Actually, a player that I've been very impressed with today is Neagle. He's put up a fine performance against his whole side, but he's been a very dangerous player.
Well, he has, and we made the remark earlier that we started playing look a little bit overweight. Despite that, he's played well, as you said.
Well, he's been very aggressive, and he hasn't copped anything at all. He's really gone after it.
Anthony Danaher, his brother, the Essendon skipper, will be having mixed feelings, I guess, at the moment. He's right on the boundary line, Anthony. Wind blowing from left to right as he comes in. Need to aim for the left goal post. A very difficult shot, certainly, and he won't even score with it. Or two Swans players spoiled each other, Morwood and Kappa. Oh, Roger Merritt, that couldn't see it reversed. That wasn't very smart.
Well, I reckon the Swans have got the Bombers in because they keep on retaliating. That's a sign when you've frustrated feet. There's Kappa down again. He's been on the ground more than the grass.
Now, what's he going to do here?
Been a very spiteful game today. It has. This going on all day. Of course, the conditions haven't helped much because it's very slippery out there.
Now, has he reversed that decision? What's he going to do? Ball it up, or is it still an Essendon ball?
Well, could have given 6 free kicks to either side there.
He could have.
Going to give a free kick to Merritt. I don't know what for. Could have been lucky to get that, Roger.
I'd say. Very lucky. They need all they can get at the moment. Merritt, long kick up towards the centre wing position. Dennis Carroll down to Ironmonger, on to Williams. Back it goes towards Tui. Tui up towards right half forward flank with the mark taken by Stevie Wright, and the rain comes down again.
It's about 55 metres out. He drops it short. Kappa got his hands, but grabbed by Walsh. He's pulled to the ground. Good tackle by Danaher. Hawke's kick is not a good one. He's kicked it off the side of the boot, and it's out of bounds. Essendon crowd cheering, but they've had nothing to cheer about today because their side is really down the drain. They're 51 points, and the Sydney Swans 76, a difference of 25 points. And it's raining. It's not going to help the Bombers' cause. Knocked down by Danaher again. Baker went through. It's Williams grabbing the ball, gets it out to Healy. Been a fine player today as he kicks the ball up towards the full forward position. Morwood's got it.
Great mark, that.
Tony Morwood had a great first half, slowed down a bit in the third quarter, but it didn't matter. He had plenty of his teammates doing well. Watch that again. Good play on the part of Healy.
Got a nice old biff on the mouth from Brian Wood earlier in the game, and you can't see the end result of that now. He did have some plaster on it during the third quarter, but that's been removed.
Well, he's about 20 metres out, angle pretty slight, so put him 31 points in front of him. He's good enough, but he's off target. That's through for 1 point, so the difference 26 points.
He's kicked 3 points now, Tony Morwood.
And into this quarter by just on 8.5 minutes. And it's Donnell to bring the ball back into play. Got Roger Merritt down there. There's a short pass playing on Kappa. Oh, he's in trouble. Hurt. Well tackled that time. He's taken the ball out of bounds, I think. That was a good tackle that time by Holden. Stopped him in his tracks. At least it's kept it in their attacking zone. Pushed out by Danaher. Well, it's pretty hard to get through a pack there. I'll tell you, there's about 5 blokes you've got to break through every time. That was good again by Holden.
Pretty hard to see them over that side of the ground too. Very dark and gloomy.
It'll be a ball up about 50 metres out from the Sydney Swans goal, and they're in front by 26 points. The ball comes out now to Wezard. Lost the bounce of the ball. Goes after it again. Kicked off the ground by Donnell. Grabbed by Danaher. The hand pass went astray. He was looking there for Mark Thompson, but he missed it. And the ball is out of bounds up towards the centre wing position. Into the quarter by 9.5 minutes. And these mighty Bombers are starting to sag. 77 the Swans to 51 Essendon. Trying to get through as Richard. He's thrown out of the pack by Ironmonger. The umpire said it'll be a free kick for holding the man. Now I think this is Richardson's 4th or 5th possession. 6th possession. He's kicked 1 goal already. Rains, of course, has been off the ground since quarter time, I think. As the ball hits the deck again, going through is Clark. A hand pass knocked over that time by Thompson. A hand pass from Wood, but a fumble by Baker, which is very rare, but it's slippery out there. The ball coming out towards the boundary line. There's a race going on now. Nobby Clark goes after, but it's finally forced out of bounds up towards the Sydney Swans half-forward line. And at this particular stage of the match, just on 10.5 minutes gone, it's Essendon 8-3-51 to the Swans looking good, 10-17-77, particularly with the way this rain's coming down now.
Boundary throw in, socket off the ground up towards the Swans half-forward line. In goes Tony Morwood, backed up by Paul Hawke. Wright could have pushed his opponent in the back. Izzard had a fresh air shot. It's a real scramble out there. Baker got one in the back, surely a free kick. He's been a goer today. He can pick up a kick or two, as we saw in the night game against North Melbourne last Friday week. Baker up towards left half forward. Roberts was the high flyer at the back. It's Dennis Carroll, the Swan skipper, who's played well today in defence. Two Essendon players up, none down. Walsh, hurried tackle by Danaher. Knock on by Hawke at the 50-metre line. Loose ball for Wright, can't pick it up. Hawke backs him up. Hurd for Essendon has the front running. Now he can do something with it. Long hand pass. Out it goes to Salmon, who's clear. No, he's not clear. He's lost it. Runs into plenty of trouble. It's Williams. Handball over the top. It's picked up by Izzard. Izzard's kick back towards centre field. Ball very slippery. That was Spencer getting the hand pass out. Folds has to get rid of it quickly. Duckworth, left centre wing. Finally breaks clear and puts Essendon forward. Clark misses the mark. Carroll tackles him. Did he have it? Play on is the call. Carroll tries to do just that. He gets a free kick for holding the man. Well, there were a couple there he could have paid. Dennis Carroll from centre half back. Up to the wing position, off the hands of Danaher, and the ball will be out of bounds, right in the middle of the interchange area as we approach the 12-minute mark of the final quarter. 51-77 in favour of the Swans, 10-17 to 8-3. Essendon have scored one goal this quarter, but they are kicking with the breeze. Knocked away by Ironmonger. It's picked up by Richardson. Back to centre field. Thompson fumbles. In goes Holden. Flicks out the hand pass, albeit too quickly. Thompson reeling out of the pack. The umpire will once again bounce it, still on centre wing.
The Bombers' play would have to improve about 200%. They're going to win this game, Pete, because they're not playing well enough at this particular stage of this quarter.
Not at the moment. Bounce. Ironmonger. Down to Baker, though, waiting behind. Baker up towards left half forward flank. Browning, that was a great mark. Played a very good second half, Mark Browning. 10 kicks so far and 5 marks. 4 of those have been after half-time. Walsh goes to punch, gets it away from Salmon. Baker rows it well, got caught, didn't have the ball, and Baker will take the free kick a little bit short of left centre wing.
Just on the 12.5-minute mark of this last quarter time, moving away for the Bombers. They've got to get a goal pretty quickly. Izzard taps it on. Coming in to meet it now is Thompson. Fumbled the ball. He's clear now. A hand pass out to Wood on the edge of the square. Let's fly a long kick at the goal. Up there towards the full forward position. What a goal! Oh, this might be the revival one for the Bombers because they badly need one. 9 goals, 3, 57 Essendon to Sydney, 10-17-77, a difference of 20 points.
The 1986 Victorian Football League Premiership season is proudly sponsored by Carlton, brewers of Foster's Lager.
Finally, 2 further points were scored after that particular stage of the match, and that was midway through the final quarter. The rain got heavier, but it was the Swans' third term when they kicked 4-7-0 that set up the win for them. They were finally successful by 20 points. In the stats, the Swans had 14 more kicks and 14 more shots at goal. Essendon on top in marks, frees, handballs and hit-outs. Goal kickers at Windy Hill for the Sydney Swans. Kappa finished up with 3 and Stevie Wright got 2. And for Essendon, it was Roger Merritt got 2 goals and Simon Madden also kicked 2. In the Swans room after the match, the atmosphere naturally was very, very happy. And I spoke initially to former Melbourne ruck rover Gerard Healy. Gerard, from our side of the fence, it looked one of the toughest matches we've had this year. Would you agree?
Well, my legs are saying it was, and it certainly was a pretty physical game with the rain. The ball was on the ground a hell of a lot, and the ball was there to be won, and I think our blokes got in first and got the ball, and it paid dividends on the scoreboard at the end of the game.
What were the instructions by Tom before the match? Because it's always hard to win here.
Oh, just as usual, just play it hard, go straight the ball, get the ball out of the centre, kick it long and don't muck around with it. And one of his instructions was to kick goals, but unfortunately we didn't kick too many of those, but we had enough at the end.
You'll be very happy with your own form, I think?
Well, I tried pretty hard. It was a pretty important game. It's probably our biggest game for the year, and I was pretty determined to do well, and I got a few kicks, so I was quite happy.
Merv, what was it like coming back to Windy Hill?
Oh, a bit strange, mate. Soon I've been, I've played here for 9 years, and yeah, a little bit strange coming back.
There were, well, it was a mixed reception, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a few cheers, and I think there's more booze though. So.
Importantly, from your point of view, how was the knee first game back?
Good as gold, 100%. Nearly played against Fitzroy, but just felt a little bit at training. So I thought the extra week could do it, do it a world of good, and that's exactly what it did. So I'm just happy to get through the game.
Beating last year's premiers here on their home ground, their first loss for 19 games, I guess, would be the side's best result for the year.
Yeah, that's our best win for the year. It's a credit to the blokes. Like it was a hard, match. Essendon threw everything at us, but the boys, credit to the blokes. They just kept getting in for the ball, and the end result was there. We ended up winning the game.
Would you rate that as your best win of the year?
Well, I hadn't more or less put it that way or thought about it even. It's too early, but catching Essendon on the rebound is not what everybody's ideal is. So it was pleasing that they fought it right out, and as I said, it was a very good gutsy win.
Tony Morwood got a very nasty knock. How was he?
Well, he wasn't too flash as soon as the game ended, but naturally enough, I think he had about 10 stitches or something like that in his face, but I think he'll be pleased once he settles down.
You haven't got really that much time to regroup. You come up against North on Friday.
Yeah, sure, but North Melbourne played a course today, so they've got the same situation as what we have, so all things equal there, but we understand that. We've got to do those things when you're in league football and you're contracted along that line, so we've just got to make certain that we've got a pretty good fit team for Friday night.
Swans coach Tom Hafey after their big win at Windy Hill this afternoon. You're watching the special Queen's Birthday edition of Seven's Big League. Back with the clash from Princes Park in just a moment.
What makes Terry Danaher a winner?
It depends a lot on how you perform as an individual. Training is really hard work. If you're not fair dinkum, well, you soon get found out. No one remembers a loser. People only remember a winner.
And what beer is Terry like?
This one, brewed here in Victoria, Carlton 2.1. Wins on taste every time.
Carlton 2.1, wins on taste every time.
In some tyre stores, especially those owned by tyre manufacturers, your choice of brands could be limited to only one. At Bob Jane T-Marts, they carry a wide range of the best Australian and imported brands. And with over 80 T-Marts fitting thousands of tyres every day, Bob Jane has the buying power to heavily discount every one of these top brands. So always get a competitive price from your Bob Jane T-Mart. You get a wider choice and a better deal on tyres.
When it comes to your insurance, there's a name you need to know. They're safe and sure and they care for you more than the S-I-O.
Now that I'm retired and on a fixed income, we have to watch how we use our money. SIO's Retired Persons Plan for house and contents insurance gives us real security at a healthy discount. We get new for old replacement value and $5 million liability cover, so we can really relax and enjoy retirement. SIO's Retired Persons Plan. It's a money saver.
Victorian born, victorious, only the S-I-O.
They're okay.
Dreams come true tomorrow at Venture. With flannelette shirts for $7 and dreamy savings on shirts and cord pants for sleepyheads of all ages. Look at dreaming cords $15 and shirts $25. Save $7 on tracksuits. Men's PJs for $8 and boys' PJs for $6. But you're not dreaming. It's on adventure for one day only, so...
Venture into Venture.
Why don't we go for a skinny dip?
Alison's chilling revenge.
Hi, I'm Alison. I'm Wayne's girlfriend.
What the hell are you up to?
You are coming.
Wild horses couldn't keep me away.
Sons and Daughters, 7:30 Thursday on 7.
Michael Roach is still our leading goal kicker at the halfway stage of the season, so perhaps just in line to kick the ton, although he didn't get a goal today. Warwick Capper, 3 at Windy Hill. Simon Beasley got 3 for a total of 38. Steve Kernahan, 6 today for a tally of 32, and that's how the goal kickers stand at the halfway stage of the 1986 season. Well, today's Princes Park clash saw the match-up of greatly improving North Melbourne and consistent Carlton, a club who, after 10 games, has amassed a huge percentage, which in the run home could be almost as good as an extra game up their sleeve. North Melbourne's last outing saw the Kangaroos produce their best form of the year. It was under lights at the MCG, and with the Cracker brothers in excellent form, they defeated the reigning title holders Essendon. Today, they were strengthened by the return of their skipper Wayne Schimmelbusch and Brownlow medalist Ross Glendinning, but they lost Phil Cracker and Mark R. Seary, while Carlton had to replace the invaluable Ken Hunter, who was injured in a training mishap on Thursday night. Our replay tonight begins at the start of a game. A huge crowd at attendance at the Carlton Oval. Our commentators are Jack Edwards and Sandy Roberts.
It's a grand final atmosphere here at Princes Park for the all-important clash between North Melbourne and Carlton. Lyle late on the scene for the opening centre bounce. Marcoux almost had his head ripped off.
Hello, the umpire's down. He got flattened there, right in the middle of the ground there, Sandy. He'd run into a pack of players, but it's Marcoux with the ball. So the other umpire can't start the game, though.
So it will be Marcoux to take it. And Bernie Evans having a collision with the umpire. But he's okay.
Well, we think he is.
John Russo, no, he's up. Umpires Castle and Russo in charge as Marcoux's kick. He's looking for McClure, thumped away. McCann's been in form in recent weeks. Free kick going the way of Carlton. Wayne Blackwell will take it. Only 50 metres out, directly in front. Very little breeze because it's covered by the stands here at Princes Park. Let's see if Blackwell can get the first score on the board. Larkin is the man on the mark. Might not make the distance. It will not make the distance. Play on is the call. Carlton push it into the pocket. Cracker applies the pressure, and taking it over the line was Peter Kenny, and we will see a throw in. Now, I mentioned Cracker, Jack Edwards. That was Jim. Where is Phil?
Well, Phil is not with us this afternoon. He's not taking his place in the North Melbourne team. He's going to have a... He must be injured, of course, but North Melbourne will have to win without him. Larkin got a hand pass back to Jim Cracker, who's caught in possession. The umpire calls play on, and out comes Rode with the ball. He gives it over to Bradley, who puts it into the forward zone. McCann in front, had the ball, dropped it, though, dropped it cold. Had it in his hands and it's out of bounds, and the throw-in takes place.
Great crowd here today, Jack.
Is it ever? It's a great atmosphere here.
Well, it's like a grand final. Here's the throw-in. Carlton doing all the attacking. Kernahan trying to obtain front spot. Finishes up at the back, but it goes straight to Larkin. Matthew Larkin's kick down over the head of Meldrum. Past Dorotich. It was a poor bounce. Well Jonas has it. Very skillful footballer is Peter Jonas. Gets it across to Donald McDonald. The Northerners are into attack. Dool chasing it into goal, but he won't get there. First blood on the board goes to the Northerners, and the Roos are away as Donald McDonald posts the first for the day. North, one straight. Carlton yet to score on Sevens Big League.
For the first time, North had gone into attack through McDonald. They got from the half-forward line, 50-odd metres out, off the left foot too, which was a very good kick. He's put it through for the first goal of the day. North Melbourne have been missing McDonald in the last couple of weeks because he'd been out injured, suspended. But that time, the left foot shot was a great one. Here's Lyle poised to strike at the centre bounce against Madden, who's having a very good season. North Melbourne, you see, one goal. Carlton have been in attack most of the time, have not yet scored. And it's tapped down toward the half-forward zone. Jonas tapped it forward. Robinson's playing for North Melbourne this afternoon. He got a little kick away there, taken by Dorotich. The left foot kick will go out toward Evans, who's, up over the top of Ackley, but couldn't take the mark. Good play by Ackley to get the ball down, picked up by Atkins. Hand pass to Larkin. Larkin's going to shoot it out to Holt. No, he's changed his mind. He's gone down the flank looking for a teammate, and he's found one out there. And that mark taken looks like Peter Jonas out there, or is it Robertson on the outer wing? It's Robertson. Wasn't actually picked in the side, he was picked on the bench.
So Robertson with a left foot drop punt in towards the square off target. Just pulled it slightly. A point only goes on the board. So North Melbourne moved to 1-1-7. Carlton yet to score. Steve Silvani not taking his place in the Carlton side.
Here's a go.
Dorotich a chance. Can he pick it up? He's clear. Gives it to the Dominator. Holt traps him. The half forward. McClure and Evans come bouncing forward. Johnston again looking for Evans. Can't find him. Pushed forward. A chance for Dwyer.
Through it.
Oh, Tiptoes did. He'd led from father to centre wing, and they're out of trouble once again. The hurried kick forward goes by Spargo to centre half forward, and Roscoe Glendinning, the Brownlow medalist, takes the mark.
He's 50 out, Sandy. Can he do it from there? I think he can. You'll see the line come up as he goes in toward goal. The 50-metre mark, just outside the centre square mark.
First game back, Jack. Let's see what he does.
He could kick this a mile. And he has. He's put it right through the centre. Another goal to North Melbourne. North Melbourne lead Carlton. 2 goals, 1. Carlton not yet scored. 7's big lead.
A great start by the Blues. I'm just looking, Jack, at the flags, and at the moment they seem relatively limp, but is there a breeze favouring North Melbourne's end?
I wouldn't give it much thought, really. There's only a slight breeze coming over the top of the Robert Heatley stand end. It wouldn't give any assistance to the North Melbourne side that are kicking to the left of screen.
Centre bounce once again, and a great start by the Roos. 5 minutes played. Lyle charging at the football. Madden stands his ground. Marcoux flattened, goes to ground, and umpire Russo has no alternative but to come in and have another bounce. It's going to be great to see so many players on this ground with so much talent today. Sad to see one of the crackers missing. On the Carlton plus side, Craig Bradley's been outstanding form. McClure, now he's got to run like Carl Lewis here if he's going to get to this first. Rhys Jones may do the shepherding. Rhys does it effectively. McClure keeps it in play. Goes over the top to Bradley. Give it across to Kernahan. The Glenelg boys are in business. To Bernie Evans. They might muck it up. No! Kernahan's done it. Great play by Bradley, Evans, Kernahan, and Carlton have their first on the ball.
Well, they say winning isn't everything, it's just all there is. That's why I won't settle for second best. Well, not without a fight anyway. I trust Nissen and I trust the team behind him. The same trust that you can put in your Nissen from your Nissen dealer. You know, buying a car is like racing a car. Your aim is to come out a winner. Great cars, great backup, great value. You just can't lose at your Nissen dealer.
For 300 years, my family have been designing and working with leather and fur. Today, we bring you the largest collection of its kind in Australia. Stunning garments in the world's finest materials. From the breathtaking and extravagant to the wonderfully usable and practical. This winter, when you need leather or fur, there is one place where you're guaranteed to buy the very best for surprisingly little. Stephen Datner.
When it's new, you mightn't notice the difference between a wool carpet and this carpet made from Antron XL fibre. But what happens when it gets dirty? Tests equivalent to years of average household use prove that carpet made from Antron XL retains substantially less dirt than wool carpet, because Antron fibres release dirt more readily than wool fibres. That's why this carpet of Antron will stay cleaner for years and years. Antron, if sheep could wear it, they would.
What a time to be having breakfast. Just as well we're on holidays.
Thought we'd have a change of breakfast too. Uncle Toby's new tropical fruit toasted muesli. Oats and bran for fibre, honey and coconut all toasted together.
So it's crunchy.
And ripe tropical fruit pieces for real tropical fruit taste.
At last, a toasted muesli with real taste.
Hey, Dad! Look what I call for breakfast. Hello?
Uncle Toby's new tropical fruit mueslis. Toasted or natural.
If there were no arms race, if there were no crime, if your job didn't depend on economic factors outside Melbourne, if you didn't have to be concerned about your children's education, if you didn't have to worry about accidents or disease, you wouldn't have to watch Mal Walden and the 7 national news. More complete, more concise, more meaningful. The more you watch, the more you'll know.
Now, Jack, you played 111 for the Northerners, and I know you're unbiased.
Completely.
Who's your selection?
North Melbourne. Taken by Jonas. He got it down to the half-forward zone, but Tommy Alvin was in the way. Alvin's having a very good season too. Elvin been looking up to the half-forward zone. He looks for Blackwell. He's having a great start. I've seen Blackwell quite a few times this year, and he's playing very well. He comes toward the big fella up front. Oh, Kenny can't take the mark. McClure, hand pass is not quite where he wanted. Big Madden's there. Is that tall? He's controlling the ball in the air. Picked up by Kenny. The kick off the side of the boot toward the boundary line. Bradley won't make it. We'll see a boundary throw in. Only 25 metres out from Carlton's goal.
Like the national basketball, wasn't it?
No one could get near it. He had it about 10 foot up in the air and no one could touch it.
So a throw in Carlton's right forward pocket. Kernahan and Lyle will do the ruck work. McClure coming in from the side, straight to the Johnston. A high kick, but he's wide, in towards the pocket. Kenny is there, can't take the mark. He's under plenty of opposition from Ross Smith, and it goes over the line. So a throw in this time in the left forward pocket, but an air of excitement on this ground at the moment. Two in-form sides. McClure picks it up. Oh, here's a chance. Blackwell shoots at goal, but he's off target. 1 point over.
Carlton 1 7 points. North Melbourne 2 13 points. Sevens big league from Princes Park and a big crowd in attendance. In fact, they've even got into the site where the new grandstand is going to be built to try and get away from the crush.
Wonder if they got tickets to go in there, Jack?
Yes, from the BLF they got them from there. Up they go. Madden put it down, couldn't quite take it. Kicked away by German down the flank toward the wing position out of sides. Shivelbush ran into a brick wall. Alvin's there too. So did he run into a brick wall. The ball near Atkins and Bradley, but I think the boundary umpires won out. A bit of a blue going on over there on the wing position, which is quickly sorted out. A bit too early in the game to get rubbed out or get punched in the eye, so they've decided to go back and play football. Boundary throw-in takes place. Lyle and Madden. The ball tapped away from Robinson. It's been picked up and kicked by Bradley into the forward pocket. Up they go and fairly... No, should have taken the mark. He lost it. Hand pass comes away from the pack to Johnny Law. He gets it moving down the flank. Lyle's there. Can't reach the ball. And the boundary umpire wins out again. A boundary throw-in centre wing, outer side at Princes Park.
7 plays 13, favouring North Melbourne. 8.5 minutes played. First term. Crucial game for both sides. Tapped over the back. Trying to take it away was Rowan Burke. Under plenty of pressure. Cracker now, but the handball was too quick on that occasion. Marku picks it up towards the centre once again. McClure forced onto the defensive, but he's got plenty of support. Here's danger. Bradley weaves his way through. He's across half forward. He'll head towards his teammate Kernahan. With him is McCann. Kernahan's got it.
McCann looking for a free kick there, talking to the umpire, reckon he was pushed out, but the umpire has not played that way, and so we'll see Kernahan take the shot from only 25 metres out. Kernahan going for his second goal for Carlton to try and level the score. Carlton 1 7 points, North Melbourne 2 13 points before this shot by Stephen Kernahan. Point blank range, really. Going for his second. Kernahan, Robert Heatley stand in. Oh, didn't come off the boot that well, but it's gone through. 2 goals, 1 playing, 2 goals, 1. 7th big league from Princes Park.
Great start by Steve Kernahan. 2 goals from full forward. And the Blues level the score. 2-1 apiece. In fact, he's playing in a pocket, although one wonders the way they move them around nowadays. You've got Kenny and Smith at full forward and full back, respectively. Kernahan and McCann wandering around the pocket region on one side. I think
it's fine that he really would be the full forward. Yep. McCann's been having a great year too in the full back position, but so far today he's lowered his colours, but...
Early days yet, Jack. Here's the centre bounce. Lyle and Madden. Well, it's a shocking bounce for Lyle. Bradley lost it. Eventually North force it forward. That was through McDonald down towards the half line. Cracker! Clear onto the left foot. Can he hook it back? He can beautifully. A quick archery goal by Spargo, and the Northerners are back in business.
If you didn't call the Colonel's Chicken Fillet Burger a burger, what would you call it?
A sandwich! It's bigger than a sandwich, Charlie. How about a bun? With lettuce and mayonnaise, it's better than a bun. A roll! With a whole chicken breast fillet, it's tastier than a roll, so it's definitely a burger. But it's too good to be called a burger, Frederick. You're right, Charlie. So you agree with me? No, you agree with me. No,
the Chicken Fillet Burger from Kentucky Fried Chicken, made special to taste great.
For years and years, I watched this old house get more and more run down. After I bought it, I got a home improvement loan from the National Australia Bank.
A house is just a building, but To make a home takes time and hard work, yours and mine together.
Well, improvement is an understatement. It looks great, but without the bank, it just wouldn't have happened.
You can work wonders with a home improvement loan, so get together with National Australia Bank, your bank.
Burroughs first revolutionised business 100 years ago, and we're still doing it today. When you look around, you find Burroughs computers involved in all forms of business, with unique designs and systems to help you grow and develop with the times. And we have a national service and support network to meet your demands. Burroughs. We've quickly become the second largest computer company in Australia by being whatever you need us to be.
We wanted to prove that a high-fibre breakfast cereal can also taste good, so we took the high fibre and added the great taste with sultanas, currants, apples, apricots and peaches. Introducing new Kellogg's All-Bran Plus Fruit, high in fibre, high in taste.
And that's a big fruity plus for All-Bran.
New Kellogg's All-Bran Plus Fruit keeps you fit and happy on the inside.
What sort of a mug would go into a business? Oh, no, not again. Not again.
Tuesday in a country practice.
Can't miss fun.
Has Cookie finally hit upon a gold mine?
Not there with your ideas. It'll cost me time, money, or friends, or all three.
Dr. Fraser has arrived.
Alex!
The Wandon Valley Clinic gets a new doctor.
I'm very excited about this opportunity, Dr. Elliott.
We're very glad to have you, Alex.
A country practice, Australia's favourite drama, 7:30 Tuesday on 7.
Still at Princes Park, now into the time-on period of the first quarter. 25 minutes in, Carlton by 7 points.
Seven's big league as Ackley plays on from the back pocket position.
And we're into time on, Jack, in this first term. Madden over the top. Now, that's just doing it too easily. That is doing it far too easily. Kenny has one. And no checking there at all. He's about 45 metres out. 7 points is the margin at the moment. It's a fair kick from Peter Kenny. It's a great kick. 13 points is the margin on Seven's big lead.
Well, having seen the kicking ability of Peter Kenny before, I wasn't surprised he kicked that one. I saw him against Melbourne, as I said the other week. Carlton getting a bit of a grip on the game at present. 13 points mightn't sound much, but the rain is continuing. It's going to make the track a little bit heavier, a little bit more awkward. So we'll see what happens.
And I'm delighted they've moved our commentary position, Jack, because if it had remained in the same place, we would have been soaked. Nevertheless, Carlton go into attack momentarily. Ross Smith played on.
He did, but the umpire didn't penalise.
Played on. Well, a lot of people giving advice here, but he did appear to play on. Nevertheless, North have the chance through Ackley. Up towards the right half forward flank. Alvin giving chase. Glendinning over the line. And another throw in.
Yes, on the run, a long way out from North Melbourne's goal now. That breeze has freshened. It is favouring the end to which North Melbourne is kicking, but I don't think it's going to make much difference with this rain tumbling down. Madden got the tap down. Jimmy Cracker came through, was held. Picked up by Atkins. The left foot shot by Atkins, not far from goal. Up to the square. Could have been a free Glendinning's way. The umpire said, nope. Boundary throw it in the forward pocket for North Melbourne. So Bruce Dool, the evergreen, fantastic the way he's been going. He may get caught out, though, when the grounds get a little bit harder in the final series.
He's got no worries about that at the moment, Jack.
No, not at present.
Madden, Evans, close to the boundary line. So too is Jonas. And it's Peter Jonas, the former Central District's half forward, who sees it over the line. So another throw in. North doing the attacking, but they want a goal badly here. Close to siren time. Madden wins it, taken away by Harms. Bradley misses it. Robertson couldn't take it. Eventually his teammate Dwyer does, and he says, darn this, I'll head straight for home. But it'll be a free kick going the way of Madden.
Yes, too tall. Madden getting up, holding his head, as you see, but there's no one to contest the mark with him. He hand passes on to Harms, who moves it out toward Road. He's got to
look at this.
Plenty of road here, too. He's got Sydney Road all to himself. He's got toward Kernahan. Marcoux won't get this ball as yet. In comes Johnny Law. I don't think they'll go and meet him head on. Johnny Law comes through with a hand pass out to, Ackley in the back. Could have been the decision. Play on's the call. Hand pass came back from Robertson to Spargo. Spargo can't get it. Atkins again. Hand passes in. taken now and kicked by Steele down to the full forward zone. But who's home for North Melbourne? No one as yet. Glendinning tries a soccer trick, can't make it. It's on the turf, picked up by Alvin. Hand pass to Harms. He goes out wide, all by himself out there as Evans. Evans takes the mark as the rain comes pelting down at Princes Park. Evans comes in toward the centre and finds Meldrum, who is standing his ground in the centre of Princes Park Oval.
I'll tell you what,
somewhere to go.
Jack, if this gets any mistier this rain, it's not going to make it too pleasant. Marcoux.
Carlton are playing in front.
Short again. They're running everywhere at the moment. Evans with arrogant style. Now that's stupid play. It went straight to Johnston, put him under enormous pressure. Evans will get it back and try and get them out of business. Back to Johnston. Can't do anything with it. And John Russo will come in and have a bounce.
Yeah, a few free kicks, well, not being paid, but it appear to be a few free kicks there. The umpire.
Jack, if you had the ball there, why wouldn't you try and kick it as long as you possibly could?
I'd put it right up to Kernahan, McClure, and they're all there. And the Rovers round the packs. Carlton should be going long instead of trying the little hand pass. Maybe the wet ball is upsetting them. But here comes Schimmelbusch. Look at the pace of him. He's supposed to be half fit. Oh, someone got dropped behind player 2, and the Carlton player down at the half forward zone for them. Short pass comes from Spargo. North Melbourne.
Blackwell down.
Blackwell's down, and Schimmelbusch has the ball for North Melbourne, but a fair way out from goal. He's 45 metres out. We've seen a few of those little short ones into the body today. And Schimmelbusch 45 metres out from goal. Sandy said before that North need a goal. The best time to get it is now because the time's running out in the first term. Schimmelbusch kicks toward goal. It is. It's a goal to North Melbourne. 7 scoreboard showing on the big league. Carlton 5-4-34. North Melbourne 4-3-27.
Yes, just exactly what his team wanted. Wayne Schimmelbusch, a welcome return to the side after a long layoff, and he's cut the margin to only 7 points. Wayne Blackwell is back up on his feet after appearing to cop a reasonably heavy knock. The rain has tended to clear a little, but I think we've got to be prepared to put up with it for the afternoon. Lyle was looking for Ross Smith, didn't find him. Reece Jones weaves out of trouble, goes onto the left foot to the half-forward line. McCann in front of Kernahan, but now Kernahan gets the spot. Marcoux under pressure. Oh, dribbles it through. Forgets flattened. They'll be on here because he got flattened by Law. Admittedly, the man was in motion. He was propelled. He was on his way. But it doesn't stop them come running from everywhere. Jack, no,
I was surprised that they, I don't say struck him, but when Marcoux was trying to pick that ball up, I was surprised that no one met him with the hip and shoulder.
Came straight through.
But this time, after he had delivered the ball, Marcoux was flattened, and we'll see a free kick going the way of Alex Marcoux. Well within kicking distance, and not a good piece of football from the North Melbourne defender's point of view when you consider the quarter-time siren so close.
Mind you, Jack, it's good to be sitting next to the Carlton stand and listen to their voices.
Yes, well, they are very vocal. They have reason to be too, because one of their dear favourites, Alex Marcoux, has just been flattened. But he'll take this shot for goal. He puts it on his way. The umpire has indicated it will be another goal Carlton's way. So just prior to quarter time on 7's big league, Carlton kicked their 6th goal. 6 goals for 40 points. North Melbourne 4-3-27 on 7's big league.
At the moment, Carlton being able to hold this lead that they opened up early on in the first term. And whenever North do answer the challenge, Carlton have been able to do likewise.
North defence seems very brittle at present.
Yes, it does. Carlton running everywhere. Now that's an example of the rain because it's no longer a bounce. It's a throw up in the middle. Marcoux in the thick of things again, but he got caught. McDonald out to Cracker. Been very, very quiet without his brother.
Another biff back there.
Another biff, yes, behind play, so it's been brought back. Did you see it, Jack?
Holding the man decision it was. The umpire paid as Cracker was about to deliver the ball toward Glendinning. The umpire called a holding the man decision and going to be taken down there by Rowan Burke.
So Rowan Burke's at centre field.
Carlton running.
No, in fact, he won't take it.
Again.
Alex Marcoux, who was the one who tried to get it out of the middle. Marcoux to a fairly congested half-forward line. Lyle comes through, gets caught, well tackled. Carlton's desperation in the forward line is exemplary at the moment. Kernahan. Oh, I don't know about that, Robert. Jack.
No, it's all right. It's all right, Sandy.
So used to with Bobby Skilton, but did you agree with it?
Not really, no. The umpire, though, is there. He's right. Johnny on the spot. He may have seen a hand the other side of the pack. He was one side of the pack, we were the other. So often they can see things on that side that we can't, and vice versa. But it's Kernahan going for his third goal. Be a good lead if Carlton can grab this one just prior to hard two-quarter time, because it'll make them 46 points to 27. Kernahan going for his third. Oh, it's a siren sounds, the ball goes through. So at quarter time, Kernahan has kicked his third goal. Carlton 7 goals, 46. North Melbourne 4-3, 27 on 7's big lead.
Show me a tough truck.
How about a Holden Rodeo?
They're made by Isuzu Trucks.
Yeah, we'll see.
Got some go for a truck, isn't it? It's standard, that 5-speed box.
Yeah.
Soaks up the bumps well.
Yeah.
Tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's space cabs, crew cabs, cab chassis, diesels, 4x2.
I'll take it.
Holden Rodeo. Truck tough.
You can get it riding. You can get it sliding. You can feel it coming on about 4. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter. You can get it walking. You can get it talking. You can get it working a plow. Matter of fact, I got it now. Victoria Bitter.
The Hoover Apollo Deluxe dryer has the biggest capacity of any dryer made in Australia, which makes it perfect for big families. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
I'm home.
Sometimes life gets so crowded with never-ending bills and expenses, you don't have room to move. That's why there's Westpac's All-Together package. It's the financial package that brings together the services you need to better manage your family finances. If your family needs room to move, get it all together with Westpac, the bank.
Tomorrow night on Day by Day, surgeons' magic at work on deformed little faces, bringing them close to normal.
The idea is to give hope, and to give hope as early as possible.
That story tomorrow at 7 on 7.
A great first quarter by Carlton, in particular Steve Kernahan. He kicked 3 goals, and at the first change, Carlton led by 19 points. We rejoin the game now at the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. North Melbourne have gained 1 point on the Blues. The difference is 18 points as we go back to Sandy Roberts and Jack Edwards.
A high kick. Lyle sets himself. Big Madden's there. They fly high. The ball thumped to the front of the pack. Players come out to meet us, kicked off the ground. There was a chance there for Evans. He couldn't gain possession. Ackley once again is tackled. Bradley goes in, hooks it toward the boundary line. And fumbling football here in the second term at Princes Park. The rain still continues, and North Melbourne still trail by 3 goals. Time clock, 6.5 minutes the second term. North Melbourne in defence here as Carlton try to get this ball further forward. It is kicked by Marcoux, but straight up in the air. Will come to turf, I would think. Yes, a chance for Dwyer. He couldn't handle it either. It's on the turf. Big pack there. Here is a chance for Robertson. He kicks toward the goals, into the open goals he goes. And Carlton have kicked this goal through Robertson. Bad goal from North Melbourne's viewpoint. Carlton now 8-4. North Melbourne 4-4 on 7's big lead. Well, that was a good goal, kicked by Robertson. The ball was shovelled out to him. The goals were open. He wasn't that far out from goal, and he popped it through for Carlton's 8th goal. So North Melbourne's task is getting harder by the minute as the rain continues and Carlton continue to kick goals. Been playing now 7.5 minutes nearly in second term, 7's big lead. Madden awaits the ball. He gets a tap down too, has another go at it, can't get it out. German tries to get it out for North Melbourne. His kick is smothered. He dives back in on top of it. Hand pass comes out to Bradley. North Melbourne not looking good as Bradley goes in toward the Kernahan. No opposition. Kernahan goes goal it. He puts it on its way. And Kernahan kicks his 4th goal. North Melbourne in trouble here at Princes Park. Carlton 9-4. North Melbourne 4-4. 58 playing 28 on 7's big lead.
Just 8 minutes gone and 2 quick goals. One to Robertson, one to Kernahan. And the Blues starting to take a hold. A 5-goal break.
More than North Melbourne have kicked, so that's a big margin.
In these conditions, Jack, it certainly is.
The rain looks like continuing too, Sandy. You prophesied early in the day. The weather expert.
No way, no. Here's the centre bounce. Let's hope the Northerners can come back. What will happen from the middle? Madden. Crackers can't get into it. Evans can't take it. Rhys Jones can. Rhys's kick. Oh, it's long to full forward. And Marku at the back of the pack sets it over the line for one behind. But a long kick by David Rhys Jones. 9-5. Plays 4-4 on Seven's big league scoreboard. McCann to the outer side of the ground. Smith and Johnston. The dominator dominates.
Carlton seem to be handling the ball much better than North Melbourne, for reasons unknown to me. The conditions the same for all players, but Carlton seem to have the better ball skills.
Too far out to score.
Oh, he's way too far out. Kernahan might be the P.
Let's see what he does. Kernahan is, but he's buffeted out of it by Roscoe Glendinning. The Brownlow medalist, Lyle, is leaving the ground. An interchange being made, but let's stay with Roscoe Glendinning. A long kick looking for Jonas through the arms of Harms. No one able to take it away. Rhys Jones applying the pressure. Alvin under plenty of it. So too is Atkins. The umpiring allowed to go on in these wet conditions. Now he pulls it up and he says it'll be a free kick to Rhys. And he takes it from centre wing. McClure over the top. Bernie Evans with blistering pace. Ackley is with him. Shepherd's well. The handball across to Cracker. Over the top. Ackley having trouble with the slippery football. Was it a push in the back? Yes, said the umpire. But North, having possession through law, allows play to go on. It's a poor kick, but it could find its mark in Rowan Robertson, who goes straight out of bounds on the full. So it'll be Wayne Blackwell. Copped a heavy one early on in the game, but has recovered well. And he'll take it from the half-back flank.
North Melbourne looking a very indifferent team at present as Blackwell puts the ball away from the wing position up toward Big Madden. The hands can't hold that one. Robertson tried to take it on the way through. Marku picks up, pops it up high. Hard ball to take, but Kernahan's under it. The ball will come to turf. In goes Evans, can't handle it. Could have been a free kick Carlton's way for holding the man, and the umpire said it is now. In the back decision will be paid to Tommy Alvin. Alvin with the ball, too far out to score. Goes for McClure and finds McClure, but he can't take the mark. It's on the turf now. McCann can't pick up the ball. Very hard to pick up, very greasy. Picked up by Kernahan. He shoots toward goal, and a mark will be claimed by Bradley. Well, Bradley not far out from goal. Sort of picked that one up just above the ground, and if he kicks this one...
14 possessions for Bradley so far, Jack, having a fair day in the wet.
14 possessions, and this is one of the most important ones of his day so far. A chance to kick Carlton's 10th goal. Carlton 9-5, North 4-4. Bradley goes forward, puts it on its way, pushed it a little bit, but the umpire said it's good enough for a goal. So Bradley kicks his first goal. Carlton 10 goals, 5-65. North Melbourne 4 goals, 4-28. You're on Seven's big league, and the Carlton fans are very happy indeed.
What we call national at home, we call Panasonic at the office.
What we call national at home, we call Panasonic at the office.
What we call national, we call Panasonic. Panasonic office automation.
If you own a smart, economical Holden, a stylish Holden, a Holden that goes anywhere, or a world-class Holden, there's one service organization that has trained specialists in over 400 locations. It's a growing computer-linked network with the latest technical information. Every part used is original and carries a nationwide warranty. And that's why Holdens thrive on Holden parts and service.
The family-size Hoover Elite 900 has a stainless steel wash bowl. A shining example to others. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
The only way to buy a quality fur at the lowest price is direct from the furrier. In Melbourne, that furrier is Eric Planensek. Every fur is designed and made in his own workroom, like mink, red fox, blue fox, and hundreds of other furs below retail prices, direct from Eric Planensek. 230 Brunswick Street, Fitzroy.
To some, the old neighborhoods will always be the same. But Melbourne is changing. In the next year, thousands of couples will begin a new life. A new generation will be born, and life will be fuller than ever before. We know, because the nicest thing about reporting the news is bringing you more of the good news. Mal Walden and the 7 National News. More complete, more concise, more meaningful. The more you watch, the more you'll know.
And so Carlton, after leading by 19 points at quarter time, increased their lead to 39 points at the first change. And under the very wet and greasy conditions at Princes Park before that excellent crowd, a very, very good lead indeed. Let's go back to the match now. We see some highlights of the second half. Once again, our commentators, Sandy Roberts and Jack Edwards.
50 metres out from Carlton's goal, the ball thrown in the air as Kernahan does the ruck work. It's tapped down. Fairly kicks it along the ground, but straight to Rhys Jones. He gets around on the left foot, looks for Kernahan. He goes up high. No, it's not Kernahan who was looking for it all. It was Kenny. Kenny came out in front of Ian Law, and now will go for his third goal. He's only 25 metres out from goal. As I said in the first term, Carlton seem to be able to get their goals much easier than North Melbourne. North get it down there and struggle for a goal occasionally. Carlton get it forward and seem to be able to convert very easily. So Kenny going for his third goal. A good kick too, he is. Yes, no exception.
Straight down the middle.
Madden again.
Yep. Couldn't take the mark this time. Spargo looks to get it across to Jonas into the open goal. Hold, and he puts one through. Approaching the 9-minute mark, Jack. Steele from the back of the pack. Across to Cracker.
That's a goal.
Phil isn't playing, and Jimmy says, right, it's time we started. Here we go.
Carlton 12-8, North Melbourne 7-6.
Glendinning's kick, dangerously short, and that could result in a goal. It does to Peter Road, and shocking play by North Melbourne.
The bounce will take place about 40 metres out from the North Melbourne goal. It's in their forward pocket position, just in off the boundary line. Who can get this one away? Jimmy Cracker. Can he kick a goal, though? He's a long way out with a wet ball. Comes thumped down, a chance for Spargo. He goes goalward. And North Melbourne kick another goal, and they need some more.
Well, in fact, they'd like 3 more before siren time to make a go of it in the final turn.
Try 5.
Well, Carlton answered the challenge. Kenny dropped what he should have taken, was under no pressure, and Glendinning clears.
McCann's done his back to where he's injured himself out there. McCann
can't move.
He can hardly move.
He doesn't know what's going on.
No, Stephen McCann has suffered a bad injury out there. Harms going crook as Jimmy Cracker picks up the free kick. Bruce Dool out in front. A chance for North Melbourne.
Another one.
Johnny Holt won't miss this one. He puts it through for North Melbourne. We're coming to the 24-minute mark now. You're watching the third term on Seven's Big League from Princes Park, and a fair bit of interest in the game now. Ackley taps it out to Lark, and Larkin's left foot kick, not a good one. He gets down toward Rhys Jones, who's playing so well. Oh, did he get hit? Did he get hit? Oh, no, I mean hit. Carlton under a bit of pressure at present. Dwyer flew high, he couldn't take it. Madden got a hand pass out and a big thump up the flank. Came up toward Marcoux. Marcoux to Robertson. Robertson in trouble. Is a chance there. Oh, Norman ran straight into Buckley. Buckley's free kick, I would think. Norman claiming the free kick, or is he? Whose is it?
It's got to be Buckley's.
I don't know. There's the umpire.
Got to be.
Norman trying to claim the free kick. It was one of those things that could have gone either way, I thought, but the umpires ruled in favour of Buckley. Pretty rough and tough out there, and down on the half-back line, there's a blue going on. There's a blue going on down there with Dorotich and what have you.
Behind play.
And but up here on the Carlton forward line, Jimmy Buckley about to try and kick this goal, and someone else in the hands of the Carlton trainers out there. Just behind, you'll see as Buckley comes in to take the shot at goal. Someone in the hands of the Carlton trainers. Buckley goes goalward. He's put it through.
6 minutes played. Final term. Madden wins it straight to Rowe. High towards centre wing, looking for Johnston. Has the run at the back. Oh, cleverly onto his teammate in Shane Robertson. Towards full forward. It's good play by Carlton. And this man has already kicked Peter Kenny 3 goals, 2 in the first, 1 in the third, and an excellent chance of putting this game beyond the reach of North Melbourne.
Doesn't get many credits, Kenny, but he's certainly a very good player. Peter Kenny coming in from only 30 metres out.
His drop punt sails straight through the middle.
Madden coming in, beats McCann. Bradley gets a hand pass out, taken by Evans. They're going forward again, Carlton. Down to McClure, he takes the mark. Carlton is seemingly playing without opposition. The chains of hand passes from the centre.
Great play, Jack, isn't it? The way Bradley just took it off the top.
Gave it out to Evans. He drove it downfield, and McClure coming out to take the easy. Well, it looked easy. They make it look easy the way they're playing. McClure going for his second goal. Carlton 15-9-99. Will it be 16-9? Looks like it from here. Carlton 16 goals 9, 105 points. North Melbourne 9 goals 7, 61.
Albin's kick deep into the forward line. McClure was there. Madden also. An opportunity for Bernie Evans. He snaps at goal. There's another one. Oh, they're hot, Carlton.
You're on Sevens Big League at Princes Park, and we're getting towards the 16-minute mark of the final term.
From the throw-in, Johnston couldn't take it. A hurried kick by Burke. Finds Kernahan. Kernahan towards McClure. Can he get there in time? He uses the body, or at least attempts to. Who'll recover first? He taps it out the back. Mackenzie's on the ground, but he's too slow. Gets ridden into the ground by Ackley. Illegally, said the umpire. And Warren Mackenzie will take it. Now, who's having a Barney here? Who is having a Barney
Norman
here?
And Rhys Jones appears to be. Underneath there is the North Melbourne player and Rick Norman. I thought it was either... Oh, there's Jimmy Buxley in there too, hadn't he, sort of say, with Johnny Law. It's Mackenzie now, back to the action. That is the football action. And Mackenzie only 30 out, with Carlton on 17 goals 9. Mackenzie going for his first goal. He's pushed it a bit, but it's a goal. Road gets it moving in toward the half-forward zone. Robertson can't take the mark. A chance for Fairley once again. He loses possession. Kicked off the ground by McClure. A chance for Robertson. Into the open goal it goes. Kernahan, and he may have popped it through for another one. Drove across the half-forward zone into the pocket position. Nearly a free kick to Robertson. Not paid. Robertson got it out to Burke. Burke tries to get it on toward Bradley. Top is off the ground, and that's through. Another one.
The 1986 Victorian Football League Premiership season is proudly sponsored by Carlton, brewers of Foster's Lager.
While North Melbourne on the scorecard may have had somewhat of a chance at the final change, Carlton too good in the last stanza, booting 8 goals 2 to only 4 points. The Blues well on top in pretty well all the statistical departments. 57 more kicks, 29 more marks, 5 more frees and 26 more hitouts. North Melbourne had more handballs. In the goals at Princes Park, Kernahan got 6 for Carlton and Kenny 4, and for North Melbourne it was 3 to Spargo and 2 to Holtz. You're watching 7th Big League, the special edition for Queen's birthday. We'll take a break. Back with some highlights of the game at the MCG this afternoon between Richmond and Footscray.
Have a look at these 2 tyres. This one achieved its maximum possible life. This one became unroadworthy after half its life due to premature wear here. To ensure you get maximum life from your tyres, Bob Jane has this after-sales service for his T-Mart customers. When you buy 2 or more new tyres and have your wheels aligned at your Bob Jane T-Mart, you'll receive at no extra cost this exclusive extended tyre service warranty.
The push-button Hoover Premier can handle a whopping 5 kilos of washing. The competition can't. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
Well, they say winning isn't everything, it's just all there is. That's why I won't settle for second best. Well, not without a fight anyway. I trust Nissan and I trust the team behind it. The same trust that you can put in your Nissan from your Nissan dealer. You know, buying a car is like racing a car. Your aim is to come out a winner. Great cars, great backup, great value. You just can't lose at your Nissan dealer.
If you didn't call the Colonel's chicken fillet burger a burger, what would you call it?
A sandwich! It's bigger than a sandwich, Charlie. How about a bun?
With lettuce and mayonnaise, it's better than a bun. A roll.
With a whole chicken breast fillet, it's tastier than a roll, so it's definitely a burger.
But it's too good to be called a burger, Frederick.
You're right, Charlie.
So you agree with me?
No, you agree with me.
No,
The
you
chicken
agree
fillet
with me.
burger from Kentucky Fried Chicken, made special to taste great.
You have answered Christ's call.
Mary is a nun.
Poverty, chastity, and obedience.
Her vows should last a lifetime.
I want to be a nun.
But what of Mary, the woman?
I have always wanted to be a nun.
The woman hungry for romance.
I'm so confused.
The woman in love with a priest.
I am 30 years old. I've never been with a woman.
Valerie Bertinelli, David Morse and Patricia Neal. The premiere, Shattered Vows, 8:30 Sunday on 7.
Footscray side made the journey to the Melbourne Cricket Ground this afternoon after the excellent win over league leaders Hawthorn last week at Princess Park. Perhaps they were pretty confident. They came up against Richmond, who were also unpredictable, or have been, in many of their matches so far this season. Our reporter at the MCG for the game was Peter Donegan.
In the early stages of the game, the Bulldogs were looking good. Steve Wallace, a hand pass to Baxter. Murray Rance waiting behind the pack off the hands for a good Footscray goal. The Tigers came back though. Mark Lee knocks it down. Dale Waitman gets a tap out to Eustace and he puts through a left foot snap. It was in the third quarter that the Tigers came back, and it was generally through the general Mark Lee, who taps under John Anea, and despite being slung, he goals. Mark Lee again in the action, taps backwards onto Terry Smith. He gets it to Dale Waitman, and despite being pushed in the back, he threaded it through for another Tiger major. Some of the magic of Maurice Rioli in the third term. He breaks away, but look at this for a mark from Brad Hardy at the back of the pack. Tim Jepp and Stephen James weren't the best of friends in the third quarter. In comes James. Jepp copped it and obviously had a few words to say. Once again, Mark Lee over to Maurice Rioli, and a great goal from the Tiger champion. In the final quarter action now, almost a big mark to Manton, but Brian Royal was waiting down. The Bulldogs came back, but it was far too late. Angelo Petraglia got 2 late goals. Here's one of them. And despite Petraglia snaring another one late in the final quarter as he broke away, it was all over for the Bulldogs, and the Tigers romped home winners.
And Richmond, after being in trouble at half-time, they trailed by 17 points. Finally got up to take out the match by a similar margin. For the Tigers, 3 goals to Lee and 3 to Waitman. And for Footscray, Simon Beasley got 3 goals and Steve McPherson also got 3 goals. Let's check the league ladder now as it stands after today's round of matches. Joint leaders, Hawthorn and the Sydney Swans, 36 points each, but Hawthorn's percentage just a little bit healthier. Carlton on 32, 1 game behind, and then 3 teams on 24. Essendon, North Melbourne and Fitzroy on 20. Collingwood and Richmond with also Footscray. Geelong has 16, Melbourne 12 and St Kilda yet to open their account. First half, or the first match in the second half of the season, is spread over 3 days. We have a night game at the SCG on Friday night, Sydney and North Melbourne, 4 games on Saturday, and on Sunday the big game between Carlton and Hawthorn. Hope your team won today, and don't forget our special edition of Seven's Big League next Friday night, live and exclusive to Seven Sport from the Sydney Cricket Ground, the Swans versus North Melbourne. Hope you can join us then. A very good night to you all.
Centre field, he's looking for Merritt. Merritt outmarked by his teammate down there and Danaher, and Merritt's not too good. Picked up by Healy again. Has a snapshot at goal. That might be good. I think it's through. It is. It's a goal. Chance for Thompson. Tries to crash his way through. Gets it back to Izzard. His kick is smothered. There's Merritt again. Number 1. By Salmon playing in the ruck. Only had a short stint at full forward. Hand pass comes out to Hawke. Trying to find Capper. That might bounce through for a goal. It has done. Jonas has it. Very skillful footballer as Peter Jonas gets it across to Donald McDonald. The Northerners are into attack. Dool chasing it into goal, but he won't get there. To Bradley, get it across to Kernahan. The Glenelg boys are in business. To Bernie Evans. They might back it up. No! Kernahan's done it. Great play. Deep forward line. McClure was there. Madden also. An opportunity for Bernie Evans. He snaps at goal. There's another one.
Here are tonight's Tats 2 results, just drawn under government supervision. Sevens Big League is proudly brought to you by Nissan. You just can't lose at your Nissan dealer. And presented for your enjoyment by NEC, champions in home entertainment. In association with Bob Jane T-Marts, specialists in tyres. Carlton, brewers of Foster's Lager. And Hoover, ahead of the rest.
Very good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Sydney Cricket Ground. Indeed, it's not